Hello, this is Brian Aldrich from 4th Street Software, and today I'm going to show you a little bit about the schedule editor in 4th Street Baseball. Okay, I've already loaded up an organization here, and as you can see, it's got 2 different leagues with 4 divisions each. Excuse me, 4 divisions total. There are 3 teams in each of the divisions. So this is the area of the screen that kind of controls all of the schedule making. And as you can see up at the top, we've got a little date here. This is a jump to box. So let's say that you've got, a series of games here that have already been played. We can just click on this to jump to the next day with a scheduled game. This is the calendar. So as you can see, we're running in April 2015, and right now we're presently on April 5th. This is the schedule list. Right now there aren't any games scheduled for April 5th, so it's completely empty. And down here there's some other information that I'll show you about here in just a minute. So let's just get started by making a few games. This is an empty season. Let's first of all set the first day of the schedule. It was marked to be April 5th. Let's set it at April 1st. So on April 1st, that's when this program will open the schedule, unless you change it later on. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put in a game here between Team 1 and Team 2. So we have Team 1 playing at Team 2. When I'm ready to schedule that, I just go ahead and hit the Save button. It'll save the game to the schedule and drop it into the schedule list. Now, it'd be pretty tedious if you had to do that for every single one of these during a series. So if you click on a game inside the list, you can clone it to the next day. And now, sure enough, on April 2nd, the same 2 teams will meet up again. If I want them to go ahead and meet up again on the 3rd, I can do the same thing. By the way, this little checkbox means that the game is scheduled to be played. This means it is not. So sometimes you have to recheck that if it goes unchecked on you. So now I've got a game scheduled for April 3rd as well. Now let's go back to the 1st and schedule another game, this time between Team 3 and Team 4, which is in a different division. We'll save that. As you can see, we've got another one. Maybe I make another, but I inadvertently schedule Team 4 again. I've got it in here. Oops, I see I've made a mistake, so let's just get rid of that one by trashing it. So that is, in essence, all you need to do to go ahead and put these in. Now, you might want to clone this Team 3 and Team 4 again. So now it's being played on the 2nd, and now again on the 3rd, so we have an identical set there. All right, now let's say we get done with all that, and right away when I open up this thing, it's going to jump to April 1st. I would like it to jump to a different day. So I can do that in 1 of 2 days. I can either set the different day, say, May 1st to the first day that opens up. So set the open the calendar date, or I can set a jump date. Okay, so if I want to set a jump date, I've already pre-scheduled a game between Team 7 and Team 8 for May 1st. I can set that as my jump date, and that way, when I open up this thing, whoops, there we go. When I open up this particular season or organization, okay, it's going to default to April 1st because that's what I told it to set as its first day. Now I can jump to May 1st if I want to. Alternately, if you want to, you can set that as the first day that opens up. So totally up to you on how you do that. After a game is played, it will show up inside this little box with a score. So let me open up a different organization here. Okay, so I've opened up a different league. This is also the Yankee League, but this is from 1960. And as you can see, I've played several games here. Chicago has played 46 games in all. In the schedule list, I have for April 1st 3 different games that were played, and they've got scores on them. So I can see what's going on there with those. If I want to, I can click on one of them to see a box score. So I'll click on that. It does a little bit of work, and in a moment or two, a box score shows up. So this game was won by the Kansas City Killers 6-3 over the Seattle Pilots, although the Pilots had gotten out to a 3-0 lead, and so on and so forth. This is an older version of a file, so it doesn't show the won loss, wins and losses, saves, etc. That is something that is in the newer files, so it will show up now, but not in this particular one.